Hey, how's it going, everybody? And welcome to another exciting episode of Channel X, the only show on Thursdays that starts the weekend early. I am your host, Tom Dog 247. Tom Dog 247, as always. Tom Dog all day and Tom Dog all night. Ooh, baby, all right. So, welcome. I'm a little late today. Just getting some last minute material ready. Plus, um, had some other important uh, things to attend to, so I do apologize for that. But we're here, we're live, we're starting the weekend early, and I'm glad you could be a part of it. So, um, had a great show last week, as you saw. Thanks again to Carrie for showing for being a guest. It was really fun. Had a lot of fun. Hope you're watching tonight. And like I said last week, looking forward to having you on again in future episodes. So always have an open invite. So, um, so yeah, let's get started with the plugs and everything. We got to roll this show along because it's getting late and I got things to do. I got things to do in the morning. So we're trying to go to breeze through this as best as we can. So, big shout out to everybody over at the Dorkening Podcast Network. Guys are amazing. Leo and the gang do a lot of great shows, and you'll all enjoy those shows as well too. So check it out over at the Dorkening Podcast Network wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts, and you can also check them and check their YouTube channel out as well, so you can watch it in full screen detail. So and you'll have a really good time. Also, big shout out to my good friend Melly Plays over at Melly Playful and Tengu on their YouTube channel. They do an amazing job playing some video games, and you'll have a lot of fun watching them play those video games. So check it out over on YouTube over at Melly Playful and Tengu. And this episode is brought to you by M&J Video Games and Collectibles. You can trade in your old video games and consoles from retro video games, accessories, and systems. You can also trade in your DVD box sets and Blu-rays. You can also trade in your sports cards and novelty items, as well as wrestling collectibles and autographed items spanning from sports, wrestling, and actors. And they actually have an event coming up, I believe next week on the 20th, which wrestling superstar, the former WWE superstar D'Lo Brown is going to be um, doing some autograph signings. So if you happen to be in the Connecticut area and want to know where this wonderful store is, and if you wrestling fans out there are a fan of or a fan of D'Lo Brown's, and you want to get an autograph of or a picture or whatnot with D'Lo Brown, you can check out where the location is over on their website at mjvideogames.com. We got a big list here. We got a big pack. We got a big pack here. We do. We have a biggie. We have a biggie for all you fans out there. Um, Also, it's not a sponsorship, but I do want to give them a nice plug. BoomTube Comics. I'm going to be giving them a shout out again in my little monologue spiel. Um, Comic books, trade paperbacks, statues, gaming, and more. You can find it on their website at boomtubecomics.com. And also, if you happen to be in the Southington, Connecticut area and want to check out this wonderful store out, you can check out them out. Big shout out to them. Definitely a big shout out to them. Also, a big shout out to while you're in town, you could check out Hardcore Sweet Bakery. They got some wonderful baked goods to if you have that sweet tooth and everything like that. And they have a lot of great baked goods, and you'll absolutely love it just as much as I do. So give them a look see and check them out over at hardcoresweetbakery.com. And if you want to wash those baked goods down, I recommend going to the Witch Doctor Brewing Company in Southington, and they have some nice craft beer waiting for you, and you'll have a good time, washing them down. So give them a check out over at witchdoctorbrewing.com. Also, big shout out to the Pint Podcast. It's a weekly pop culture podcast with over 250 episodes, spanning from anything in the horror and everything like that. So go ahead and check them out. If you want to check out their podcast, pause the video and scan the QR code. Big shout out to them. And got some events coming up. May 21st and June 24th. The New Haven Comic and Collectible Spectacular. It's a double feature that they have going on. It's it's on May 21st, and then again, if you missed the excuse me, and if you missed the May 21st event, they'll be back again and on June 24th, and they'll be at the NXYMA Hall in New Haven, Connecticut, and for an admission is $5, and kids under 10 go in for free. And if you want to check out the and for more information, they also have some guests line up as well on both dates. You got Mike DiCarlo and Jeff Brennan, also and appearing only on May 21st. You got Joe St. Pierre and Adam and Makana Walenta. And you want to get more information and ticket information and all that jazz and everything like that, I strongly recommend you pause the video now and scan that QR code. Okay? There you go. There you go. Scan that QR code. Trying to do the best I can with what I got. And also, if you want something, want to go to somewhere bigger, I recommend you go to Terrificon, and it's one of my favorite cons in Connecticut, which is the #1 Comic Con in Connecticut. And if you're not busy on July 28th through the 30th, you can check out this wonderful event. And they got a list of events. They got a huge list of characters, actors and everything. A bunch of celebrities on hand, and you're absolutely going to love it. You got Jonathan Frakes from the Star Trek The Next Generation franchise, Michael Biehn from Aliens and Terminator. You got Terry Farrell from Deep Space Nine, Jeannie Francis from General Hospital for all you soap opera fans out there, Andrew Robinson from Deep Space Nine, Sean Gunn from the Guardians of the Galaxy, Kobe Menifee from Fear of the Walking Dead, John Glover from a lot of things, especially in the Warner Brothers. But he's also on John Glover is also on Fear the Walking Dead. John Wesley Shipp, the original live action Flash from the hit series. Jeffrey Combs from the Reanimator. And a few wrestlers from AEW will be on hand, which I definitely got to check out and maybe try to get some interviews if I get an opportunity to go. Danhausen, Wardlow, and Ethan Page, all from AEW. Definitely worth checking out. Anthony Michael Hall from the Breakfast Club. Amelie McLean from Terrifier 2. Josh Sakura from She-Hulk. Gray DeLaissé from the voice of Daphne and Scooby-Doo animated shows, not the adult remake. She's also an anime voice actor as well too. Todd Haberkorn, he's also an anime voice actor. Christina V is an anime voice actor, as well as Eric Val from the anime voice actor, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, July 28th to the 30th at the Mohegan Sun Convention Center. Do not miss it. You'll have a good time. I guarantee you will. Man, that's actually longer than my monologue. But we're going to have a good time. So how did everybody, hope everybody had a wonderful free comic book day last weekend. I had an opportunity to go check it out. I went to BoomTube Comics. Big shout out again to them. They had a lot of good comic books on hand. Some of them I grabbed, some of them I didn't. I managed to pick up a nice handful. And definitely check it out and everything. And which is a great way to which is a really great way to to be a fan, of comic books and everything like that, and reintroduce you to comic books and everything like that. And this is and they had a really nice list. I will say that they had a very, very nice list of comic books that some that I will show because I didn't grab them all, obviously, so, but yeah, but this is but we'll start it all off. This one is to commemorate the Street Fighter 6 video game that's coming out, and so yeah, this is an introduction. So yeah, this was a free comic book for Free Comic Book Day. Street Fighter 6, issue number 0. Definitely, it's a really good read. Definitely want to check that out. Also, Dawn of the there's a Dawn of DC comic. It's a little preview for issue 1. It's a special edition of Night Terrors. And this one was really good. This one was really good too. Definitely worth checking out when it comes out. The Spider-Man Jesus, can't even really talk. I'm so verklempt right now. Spider-Man Venom. Uh, it's a special preview of a new series by Jonathan Hickman and Brian Hitch, and this one's really good. Um, Cover right there. That one's really cool. Um, Definitely don't want to miss out on that. Okay, and I definitely had to pick this one up when I saw the preview of it, and that was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Definitely a must grab. Had to get that, and this one it also has a little snippet of the rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So they got a good issue for this one. So yeah, definitely want to check that out as well too. Power Rangers Ranger Academy was also another grab that I picked up. I didn't really read through it and everything like that. Really focus on the story and everything like that. But I'm gonna reread it again because I had to pick this up. Power Rangers, go Power Rangers. So yeah, this one really this next one I'm going to show you. This one really piqued my interest. Um, because I love everything 80. I love the 80s and everything. And I this next one I show I grew up on. I really grew up on, and which was Mad Balls and Garbage Pail Kids. There's a comic book that's going to be coming out, and I'm really looking forward to picking this up when it comes out. And that is Mad Balls versus Garbage Pail Kids. This really piqued my interest. This next one I'm not really familiar with, but the cover looked pretty good, and this was a free comic book for Free Comic Book Day, and that is Shadow Man Dark Legacy. So yeah, very awesome book. And something that I definitely had to pick that also piqued my interest. Tom Holland's Fright Night. If you're a fan of the Fright Night novels and everything like that, they're actually out now, but this one really piqued my interest and everything. Never saw the original Fright Night movies, but it's okay. This one, this next one, is actually a sneak peek of the first graphic biography of Marvel legend Stan Lee from Eisner nominated comics director Tim Scioli. And it goes on sale on September 12th on 2023 of this year, and it's called I Am Stan, and that is a very good read. It has a little bit of a preview of what's to be expected on that one. A little graphic. It's graphic. It's going to be a graphic novel biography of Stan Lee, and what they chose to put in there was actually really, really good. And I'll get to the ring in a minute. This last one I picked up also piqued my interest, and I actually, I love manga. I love the manga comic books. Shonen Jump was really, really cool. I used to collect those and everything. I lost those somehow. Yeah. And but this one is a really cool read. Very interesting, and some of you may know that I am a fan of Animal Crossing, so yeah, definitely really piqued my interest. There is a Animal Crossing manga, and it is Deserted Island Diary. So it's a little piece from their manga. I think it's out now, and definitely, if you're not a fan of the Nintendo video game, but definitely read the manga. This is pretty crazy than what we were given in the video game. So yeah, those were the free comic books I picked up at Free Comic Book Day. Speaking of free, I managed to win this one from a trivia contest that I that the this next one I won a comic book from the Pint, and because they were doing some trivia, and I answered some trivia questions correctly, and I managed to win a free issue of Superboy issue 1, Dawn of DC, The Man of Tomorrow, and this one was a really good read, really good read, and so really looking forward to seeing how this story folds out. So yeah, Superboy issue 1, Man of Tomorrow. Definitely one of it. Now this next one I did buy. This next one I did buy, but apparently I I totally forgot that this was a that there was a very that they also had a variant edition. So so I managed to get two of the same thing, but that's okay. And you'll see why in a minute. The first one I'll show you is which is Edge of Spider-Verse issue 1, featuring Spider Rex and Spider Killer, and the comic book art on the cover art on this one is actually really cool. I got that, but that's not why I got that. Managed to get two. What really sparked my interest was the variant edition, and yeah, it has Howard the Duck on the cover. So yeah, I'm fixing on drawing that. By the way, very good read. Very good read, by the way. And we also got I also managed to pick up Spider-Man 2099 Dark Genesis. It's a variant edition number 1. Awesome. Awesome read. Very awesome read. And then I managed to pick up a couple more books, and I managed to pick them up earlier today. One of them is Darkwing Duck. This one. You gotta read this one. This one is Darkwing Duck number 1, and on the inside it goes, "The Dark Flight returns." So yeah, very good read. And the artwork on this is really cool too. I actually like the artwork of that as well. So I'm going to have a lot of fun drawing this character and everything like that. And this one I think just came out today, which is Dawn of DC. This is also another variant cover, and it's the Green Lantern number 1. and it's the I think it's Green Lantern turns home. Oh, Back on Earth. Green Lantern Back on Earth. So yeah, look at that. Look at that variant cover. Very nice. And that's how they also had some free uh, rings to give out with every Green Lantern purchase. So yeah. These comic books I got right there. I'm recommending to I'm giving a shout out to Splash Pages and hope they review these issues somewhere down the road. And so yeah, big shout out to them. To Leo and and the rest and everybody in Splash Pages. Hope they're watching because definitely a must read. Everything. Um, Muppets Mayhem came out yesterday, and apparently they showed all the episodes. It was good. Moving on. Um, Speaking of music, um, we got to say goodbye to MTV News. MTV News was announced. MTV actually announced that MTV News is shutting down after being on for so many years, and I for one is disappointed but shocked to learn that after all these years of MTV not playing music videos for over uh, 2 decades, that MTV News is still going on. And so yeah, I'm a little bit heartbroken on that because there was always a fan base for MTV News. Not only did they have you know um, you know events, talk about events that were coming up um, involving some of the um, you know musicians and everything like that, but also some community, some current events that was also happening. Like gotta take this ring off. It's cutting circulation in my finger, and I don't think it's turning my finger ring to green. I mean, but still, not taking any chances. But yeah, sorry, uh, finger was swollen up. Anywho, um, but yeah, they were the first to give out the Rock the Vote, which was really cool. Um, really cool piece of history for the some teens that were getting ready to start out into getting ready to start voting at the time the election would come up and everything. It was good. It was really cool, and we were informed in that, and pretty much what mattered to everybody. And these were a lot of informative news, what's going on with the singer. And one of the most memorable moments of coming out of MTV News is when a well-known music celebrity passes away. Um, and you know, we heard about um, Kurt Cobain passing away. Um, his how he killed himself and everything. Also, the death of Biggie and Tupac. was also um, huge news. Also, the Michael Jackson trial and everything, that was a huge, huge deal. So yeah, a lot of, and plus also I think they also broke into an MTV News report when he passed. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I stopped watching MTV when MTV stopped playing music videos. That's when I stopped. And but yeah, I didn't know that MTV News was still going on. I thought it was going that it died with with the music videos. And but the thing that made MTV so watchable was their news updates that they would do every hour, and they were good. They talked about Lollapalooza during the day, and also the anniversary of Woodstock, and of course they covered that as well too, which was a huge mess. Um, don't believe me? Watch the um the documentary that's on HBO right now. Very shocking stuff, crazy stuff too. But yeah, it was a really big deal at that time. And so yeah, they had a lot of um and one of the main guys, one of the main ones, was Kurt Loder. Kurt Loder was the man. And when he broke into a report or an update or something like that, or or like even a special report, you knew something was going on when Kurt Loder was taking the reins on that. And yeah, he was very memorable. I also remember Tabitha Soren, one of my biggest crushes in the '90s. And yes, I had a crush on Tabitha Soren. And when I when I was in school, I went to took a field trip to New York, to New York City, and they had the Rock the Bus. We drove by MTV. We actually drove past MTV Studios, and they had the Rock the Tour bus, the Rock the Vote bus, right there in the front. And I could have sworn I saw Tabitha Soren. My sister, would not, to this day, still won't believe me that I did. She's like, "No way, you didn't see her." It's like, yeah, I did. It's like I swear, as God is my witness, I saw Tabitha Soren in that bus. So yeah, and but yeah, it was really cool. It's like she was, it was like, "You lucky." It was like, yeah. But I didn't get to meet, we didn't get to meet her. We didn't get to see, get the tour of the studio and everything like that, because that would have been a dream come true. You know, shaking hands with Tabitha Soren, getting a picture taken with Tabitha Soren. I don't know what she looks like today, but I think she's still hottie. In my opinion, I think she's still hot. But yeah, from what I understand, Kurt Loder has a show on Sirius XM, which I have to find that out, because I gotta check that out, because I want to listen to that show, because Kurt Loder's awesome. And also I think John Norris was also on there as well too. And he was pretty cool. Um but not Kurt Loder cool. And you know then you got Tabitha Soren. My crush. She Tabitha Soren is the type of woman was the type of woman that you would bring home, and and say, "Yeah, I'm dating Tabitha Soren," and you'd be a good, and it would be awesome. It would be awesome to date. Like you would date her, and you would just and that would be have that special romance where you grow old with her. And I've had other crushes like that too. I've had, which is tough because you know on one hand you had Tabitha Soren, you know which I had a huge crush on. I also had a huge crush on Debbie Gibson, Tiffany as well too, pop icons. Um, and then you had Danica McKellar, which I have another huge crush on. And, Danica McKellar is a different type of crush where I can I can literally you know have her, I could date her, and she's another type I would marry. you know and and I they're just there's just they're they were my crushes growing up as a kid and everything. And yeah, they still are. you know and but no, but Tabitha Soren was special as well too. It was like, when Tabitha Soren was on, you would watch. You watch her too. And but yeah, it was a lot of but yeah, watching those, I mean, it was every teenager's you know source of news. Because nobody wants to watch the boring local news, or um Dan Rather, or Tom Brokaw at the time, and Sam Donaldson. Nobody wants to watch them, or even Peter Jennings at that time as well too. Nobody wanted to watch them. No, no, no. We wanted we wanted news that catered to us teenagers at that time. And MTV News was the best. MTV News was the best. They didn't need to have they didn't need to have um a half an hour episode, daily episode. They didn't need that. They didn't even but it was nice to have um a special. They would break out specials every now and then. And yeah, MTV New in an MTV News special, Woodstock '99, and hosted by Kurt Loder. Like, Woodstock '99, what went wrong? But yeah, it was a good feeling and everything, and I loved it. I loved MTV News, and 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 they didn't do any shtick or anything like that, and that was another beauty of it. When you know they didn't talk down to the audience, because they were it's like they wanted to give news about our favorite musician and what they're doing and everything. um you know Even when Flavor Flav got arrested on drug charges. And yeah, you, when Flavor Flav got arrested, that was a big deal too. And yeah, they were right on top of that. Anything that broke down that the actual news didn't cover, MTV was right there. It's like, you know what? He's like, Dad, you have your news, I have mine. It's like, and when that broke out, somebody was talking. He's like, quiet. I want to listen to the man, Kurt Loder, or Tabitha Soren. It's like, my girlfriend's on. For real, when Tabitha Soren is like, I'm like, quiet, my girlfriend's on. I think a lot of people. I think there were a lot of teenage boys that also had that same feeling about Tabitha Soren. She's a goddess. My sister, we were like, she's not gonna get with you, Tom. I was like, I know, sis, I know. It's like it's like Tabitha Soren's the type of crush that you have is the type of crush that kind of similar to you have with Joey McIntyre. She shut up real quick. She loved Joey McIntyre. New Kids on the Block. Oh man. What's she doing? Ugh. but but yeah. But yeah, MTV News was the absolute best. And I'm really sad to see it go. And hopefully it will shine some light somewhere down the road. Revive it. But who knows? But in the meantime, I got to do this, and I have to. As we say goodbye to MTV News, it's only fair that we, here on Channel X, we have to do what's best for business. And but in all seriousness, no, I hear in Bro Pro that we got to send our goodbyes and everything like that. Thank you, Kurt. Thank you, Tabitha, and thank you, John, for giving us some memorable moments. Some not as good, but because we cried when we lost our favorites. And but thank you for giving the information that we needed as teenagers, and thank you for delivering that news to us. And we will always be eternally grateful for that. And with that being said, it is a real good honor to induct John Norris, Tabitha Soren, and Kurt Loder into the Channel X Hall of Fame. It's only fair. So their legacies will live forever with those, with that. And I will, once again, to all three of you, John, Tabitha, and Kurt, thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving news that matters and news that we heard first. Thank you. All right, got a couple more things before we go, and basically breaking these next two topics into one, and that is about the writer strike. And the writer strike is still going on and everything like that. And I didn't really get to it, get to talk about it last week because it was the Star Wars special last week, and I was debating whether or not I was going to do a bonus like another episode, and I was really debating on that, but I was tired and I was enjoying my weekend. But nonetheless, it was very good. But nonetheless, it's sad. This isn't the first time the writer strike, has happened. Around the same time. there was a writer strike back, like over 20 years ago, over 10, I think, no, 11 years ago, from what I understand. And yeah, it hit a lot of people, it hit a lot of people because there were, we were fans. Oh, sorry about that. With the right, was just bad then, and there were writer strikes before then. Basically, what's going on is that the writers are not getting the credit that they deserve, and I, for one, don't blame them. I don't blame them at all because the writers out there, it's not an easy job. It really isn't, and then I'm going to explain how hard writing material is because I had to do it for a bit that I'm doing in a few minutes, and you'll know why. And so yeah, writing material, writing is a very hard and strenuous job. You know, a lot harder than film production. And and you know, me, I don't write material. I don't, that's why it's live, the camera's rolling, and I just go out there. You know, because ever since day one, I never wrote any scripts since day one. Back when I was doing cable access, when the show was on cable access, didn't write material then. You know, didn't write any scripts then. Not writing scripts now. So yeah, it's a really big deal. You know, but um, a lot of shows are, you know, luckily, it's season finale month, and finale month on TV and on streaming services. So yeah, it's a really, it's of course it's a really big deal. And but because of the writer strike, upcoming seasons in the fall is going to be delayed. Uh, it's going to be delayed for a while, until this strike is over. And yeah, it's a really, and one of the big hits that took out of it is late night television. Late night programming. The main, the all the late night talk shows. Uh, Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, Stephen Colbert, um, Seth Meyers. Those talk shows. You know, shut down and everything like that, and also the Daily Show as well too. So yeah, this is a really big deal. So that's that's why you're seeing nothing but repeats and everything. Saturday Night Live, um, I guess, ended their season early because this was their finale week in finale season, and yeah, so yeah, so their season pretty much ended this year as so we don't know when the season's going to open up again. We don't know. Um, so yeah, they're taking a hit. Abbott Elementary is also taking a hit. The Law and Order shows are also taking a hit, um, as well too. Some other sitcoms are also taking a hit too because of the writer's strike. Some movies are getting a delay because of the writer's strike. Um, so yeah, this is a really, really big deal and everything. So I hope these writers get their fair share and everything, get the credit that because these writers really do need the credit that they deserve, and they're always overlooked because of the hard work and dedication that they put into their writing, whether it's you know movies or television. Um, so yeah, it's a really big deal. and everything. So yeah, you know, but excuse me. But yeah, you know, these fine men and women are, you know, like I said, it's not a need, there's somebody out there would go up to you and say, "Oh, writing, or oh, that writing stuff is easy. I can write, I can write material for these shows and everything." They don't. It's like go right ahead, go right ahead. Come up with a joke for Stephen Colbert's monologue. Do it. I dare you. You know, and see if it delivers. It's not going to deliver. And yeah, it's kind of sad, really. It really, it really is sad that you know these writers work diligently to give out good material to so that the audience or whether it's on the set or watching on TV, it's you know they got to deliver, and the pressure is always on them. It's like, okay, what they're gonna do and everything like that. What we're gonna do for tonight and everything like that. It's difficult. It's really difficult. And you know, I really hope that this writer strike, you know, gets resolved quickly so that you know these men and women get back to work. You know, because they need to get these wonderful people need a you know need to put food on the table and a roof over their heads and clothes on their backs and uh, and support their families and everything like that. You know, they're all human beings too, and they all need a fair share. So you know, show them some love. That's all I'm saying. That's all. And with all the stuff that's been going on, uh, this past week, it's difficult too because you know you had with Donald Trump's defamation lawsuit um against excuse me um from against E. Jean Carroll. Yeah, and how that trial went down, and of course the town hall the other night with Donald Trump on CNN, as well as George Santos's um you know indictment for fraud, for 13 counts of fraud. So yeah, this is a really big deal. This is a really, really big deal. And it saddens me because of the fact that, because of this writer strike, I won't be able to watch um, Stephen Colbert do a monologue, you know, on Donald Trump and George Santos, because he would have delivered. Same thing with Jimmy Kimmel and you know Jimmy Fallon. They would have delivered. But you know, so I got to thinking, what if I wrote something for these talk show hosts, for these late night hosts? Now, you came up with five of them. Why only five? Because we're on a budget. So these are the top five jokes that I'm pitching to, that any of the late night talk show hosts can steal. But mind you, these are really bad. I'm not, these are not going to be, some of these are not going to be, some are all of them are not going to be home runs. And let me tell you something, but let me explain. I'm not a professional writer. I don't write material because I always come up with it on the fly. And it's for the first time writing jokes like this. It, you got to give or take. You got to give and take and everything. So this is the top 5 monologue jokes that you know that we would have been hearing had the writer strike never happened. So here we go. And I know on the description I said Donald Trump, but I couldn't come up with 5 things. Maybe 2 of them I did, but yeah, the rest of them are all George Santos. So spoiler. But like I said, this is the best I can come up with. So I hope you do find some you know you know you know just give me just give me some credit where credit is due and everything, because I'm more vocal when it comes, that's why I don't really write stuff. So yeah, these are the 5 jokes that could have been, we would have we would have been hearing had the writer strike not. But but here we go. Like I said, I'm doing the best. I'm going to do the best I can. So bear with me on this. So yeah. Plus, also, I got some chicken scratch handwriting. So I'm a fucking dog. Anyway, so here we go. Number 5. Donald Trump was found liable for battery to E. Jean Carroll and has to pay her $5 million. Looks like Donald Trump is getting grabbed by the pussy, and by pussy I mean his wallet. Number 4. Trump was on a town hall event on CNN and still believes he won the 2020 election. He also believes it's not butter. Like I said, they're all not going to be winners. Number 3. George Santos pleads not guilty for fraud and is due in court in June. Be funny when he takes the stand and places his hand on the Bible that he starts sweating uncontrollably. Because they have that thing where they go and say, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God? Now, how much of a pathological liar he is. Huh? So, number 2. Kevin McCarthy says he'll wait to see what happens when Santos goes to court. Santos digging his own grave might not be on McCarthy's bingo card. And the number one monologue joke that could be used had the writer strike not happen If convicted, George Santos could face 20 years in prison if found guilty. Makes you wonder if Santos goes to jail, will he be the prison bitch? And that is your top five. Top five. Top five. Those monologue jokes bombed. But Tom Dog did his best. Doing the top five. Yeah. Well. On that note, I thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. Thank you all so much for putting up with it. I'm kidding. But no, I thank you all for tuning in tonight. Thank you for allowing me to be in your home this evening. And hope you enjoy your weekend. And be sure to, and while you're at it, and while you're, enjoying your weekend, be sure to follow me on Twitter at TomDog247. And if you miss any of tonight's episode, you can check it out as soon as I turn off the camera. And comment down below. What was your MTV News moment that got you? Could be it could be anything that you may remember coming from MTV News that you heard on MTV News. So yeah, little trip down memory lane. I'd like to hear what you have to say. Thumbs up if you like the episode. Thumbs up if you like the show. Thumbs down if you don't. Like I said, comment down below. What's your favorite? What was your memorable MTV News moment? And let us know that in the comment section down below. Ringy dingy that bell so you can stay notified on what I'm going to be doing next. And be sure to support small streamers like myself by doing the number one thing that you could be doing to support small streamers like myself, and that is doing the most important thing that you could do, and we will love you for it. We absolutely will love you to death. We will worship the ground that you walk on, because you are that amazing. You really are. You especially if you're watching me right now, I just want you to know you're awesome. You really are. And you could be even more awesome if you do just one thing. One thing. You don't even have to, click that like button. You don't have to, comment down below or ringy dingy that bell. But there is one thing I do strongly recommend that you do. And it's a number one. It's my number one. And it's my personal favorite. And that is face hug that subscribe button. We will see you all again here next week. Same Tom Dog time, same Tom Dog channel X. That's right. Showing off the guns today. This is my Second Amendment rights right here. The guns. I don't even know how I don't know how big my pythons are, so don't ask. More like garter snakes at this moment. Actually, no, they could be like boa constrictors. I don't know, because I got a lot of fat there. I'm a fat fuck. That's okay. It's more delinquent. There's just more meat out there. That's right. The bigger I am, the more lovable I am. Just remember that. All you ladies out there. All you single ladies out there. Don't look at me as just a fat bastard. looking at me as the most lovable, the most lovable man that you can ever find. That's right. That's the truth. But anywho, with that being said, see you next week. Till then, this is Tom Dog saying take care, so long, peace, and not that, but something else. That's very important. I almost forgot to mention on this show. And that is to all you mothers out there and all you single mothers out there, and to my mother as well too. Hi, Mom. Happy Mother's Day. Love you all. Take care, everybody. Have a good night.